Alright, what's going on, guys? Today we are doing light bulb install on a 2012 Ford Fiesta. So I'm going to show you how to do this. My best way of doing it. With a lot of cars, you can just kind of reach your hand in behind and you pull the plugs out and then replace the bulb. In this car, the engine bay is fairly tight. So what I find the best way to do is to actually lift off the headlights, and then you can just hold them in the air and move the bulbs as you please or take them out easily. To do that, there's 3 screws usually. On this car in particular, the plastic is broken around this one. So really I don't have to take out this screw down here at the bottom and this one on top. And on the other side, a screw is missing. So I'll be doing this one and this one here. You can use a flathead screwdriver or a T30 torque bit. I suggest you use the T30 torque bit just because there's more teeth for it to grab and it's less like you'll strip. If these are old screws and they haven't been touched in a while, you may strip them if you're trying to do with a flathead screwdriver. So that might cause some more issues, and we really don't want any of that to happen today. The main headlight bulb is this one right here. These are the high beam bulbs, so we're getting at this one today. So I'm just going to start off by showing you guys what the bulbs look like right now. We are actually replacing these with LED bulbs instead of the halogen ones, so we're going to make it a lot brighter. This car does have to travel some dark roads sometimes, so that the factory headlights are not really adequate. So we're going to chase them with some H11B headlight bulbs, the LED ones. They're pretty hard to find, but we got a set, so that's what we're going to do today. Alright, before we continue, so I got the 2 screws out, one here. Like I said, this third one would have been one, but the plastic is cracked right here. There's also some plastic clips that you have to get out right here before you can freely move the headlight because it attaches it to the bumper. Before you get started trying to pull these screws, I suggest, if they're rusty like these ones were, you spray them with some penetrating oil a little bit before you give them a chance to soak in and make it easy to take out. Alright, so we got the 2 screws out. We're about to show you how to take the headlight out. It's kind of tricky. You're going to grab it like around the middle, and when you're lifting you kind of have to pull backwards because there's a little plastic lip here that tucks underneath the bumper, and there's also part of the headlight that tucks underneath the front part of the bumper here. So you're just going to grab it, kind of pull it backwards a bit and lift up at the same time, and then you just kind of fiddle it out of place. You kind of have to, you might have to pull the bumper in little corners to get this part from underneath and get this part from underneath here. But after that, you're good to go, and then you have a little bit more free access to the back of the headlight. So now that I pulled it up a little bit, all the other bulbs are still connected. So what you can do is that you can undo the indicator over here, unplug this connector here, also unplug this connector here. A little tough sometimes. And once you get that one out, all on the headlight is free, and you can do whatever you need to do outside the car. So like I said, we're trying to get to this bulb right here, and for that one it is this rubber garment you have to pull out first before you can get to it. Now that we have the headlight out, you just have to pull this rubber garment off of here, and you'll have access to the main headlight bulb. So this is an H11B bulb, so it has a really weird design. It's really uncommon. So what you're going to do is you have to twist it just like any other bulb really, but what makes it really different is that its connectors are not traditional. Like, they don't plug into the back of it. It has these 2 teeth that turn into a receptacle right here. So make sure if you're buying headlight bulbs for this car, especially the LEDs because they're really hard to find, get H11B headlight bulbs. And then they have to have these teeth on here, otherwise they won't fit with this connector. Alright, so we got our new bulb here. Like I said, an H11B has the teeth right here. This is an LED bulb. Got it off of Amazon. They're about $100 Canadian. There aren't too many options for LED H11B bulbs. You can get regular bulbs, just the incandescent ones or the halogens from like any of your local parts stores. But if you want to get LEDs, I really only found them on Amazon. Like I said, again, make sure you get these teeth. So what you're going to do is you're just going to take it. There are 3 fins on the top of it. They obviously line up with the 3 fins here. Once you place it inside, just get it to lock in with the 3 fins, and then you should be able to just turn it into place. Alright, so I tried to get the bulb in first with this little purple seal that comes with it. This comes in the box separated from the actual headlight, and now I know why. When you try to put this on with the rubber seal on top of it, it actually pushes these prongs a little bit out of place so they won't line up with the prongs in the headlight. So you actually don't use this for this particular car. If another car uses the H11B bulb, maybe, you need to keep that rubber thing on, but in this case, you're not going to, so you're just gonna put it in, fiddle it until you get those 3 teeth to line up, and a quick turn. It might be a little bit tough. And then you'll see these teeth line up with this, and the headlight's in. Now when we connect this connector and try it, you should be able to have LED lights coming through the main headlight here. Alright guys, so we got the first one in, and as you can see, this is way brighter than the other side. This is a 65K light. Now this one is just a simple like incandescent. This is what factory lights look like, and this is what we're going to be running now. Now you can see this is a clear difference, a really white light. You can also get it for the high beams, but probably with just this right now, like this is going to be so much better than the factory one that you might not even need to upgrade the high beams. Unless you live in a really dark place and you're like no street lights or anything, you might want to do both, but right now this is just a test. We haven't put the headlight really back in, and you can see it's working properly. Alright, so we got the first one done. I didn't show you guys putting it back in, so I got distracted. I'll show you when I do this one. But like I said, we got one screw missing here. Now we have this one and this one. This headlight's a little bit different because you got the coolant reservoir here. So again, I'm going to suggest that you take out the actual headlight. Like I said, use the torque screw because if you use the flathead, you might strip it. And then I'll show you guys how it goes. Alright, so we just took out the 2 screws for this one. Like I said, this one here is being removed, and this one, for whatever reason, this one's missing. It's a used car. Those things happen. So next, I'm going to unclip any connectors that I see that are easy to unclip right now. So we got this one right here. There's one back here. It's not the easiest to get to. And don't forget to remove this clip right here. So I'm going to get a flathead screwdriver just to pry that out. This might break. You can use like a clip removal tool. Probably work better. But take a flathead if you don't, and you can just pop it out. See, that wasn't too bad. Pop out the bottom section of it. Oops. And those are the only things that are really holding in the headlight. So now we remove these 2 screws and this clip, you can now fiddle with the headlight and try to pull it out. So you kind of, like I said, you have to pull up and back. This one's a little bit more hard because you have this here, and the bumper's, I don't know why, but a little bit more tough to move. Slide it up. This part comes from underneath the bumper. Now you're still tethered by the clips. Any clip that you can see now, you can easily pull out. So get this one up here. There. And then the only other one you have is the indicator bulb down here. So that one, instead of undoing any clips, you just twist it, pop out the whole bulb, just rest it in the engine bay, and you're good to go. You'll also notice that the wiring for this top bulb here has a little clip that holds it onto the headlight. On my other side, this one was broken off, so this is done by zip ties. You can pull it off. It doesn't really serve too much of a purpose, but if you want to leave it, I'm going to leave it for this one and just work with the headlight resting on the bumper. Alright, so now when you get the second light bulb in, like I said, these are connected to the headlight, so if they're going to be stuck to it, you don't have to pull it off, but then you're kind of forced to work on the car. If it's like the other one where they're already broken, you can lift the headlight off. So I didn't show you this part because I already did it on the other side. Just remember to put back this rubber protector, the seal, so it keeps any water out. Just fit it over the housing, and you'll just clip it into place. Make sure you hit all the corners, and make sure there's no parts lifting off. And then you can see there, it's right in place, and you're good to go. Then after that, don't forget to put all your connectors back in place. Should be 3. There's one. You got the other one over here. And the third one's actually just your indicator bulb that you rested into the engine bay. You're going to put that back into its space here, twist and lock in place, and then you're all good to go. Alright, so before we actually put everything back in place, we have the connectors in. You can see the headlights working. Headlights working on both sides. I'm looking a lot better than the original one. And now we can put the headlight back into place, and then we're all secure, put down the screws, and we're good to go. So I just fought with it a bit. Honestly, it doesn't go in too easily, but just make sure that this lays flat onto this housing here. This is laying flat here, and then there's no real gaps between the bumper and the light. And once you have that, you're able to put whatever screws the car came with, put them back in, tighten it up, make sure everything's sealed up, and you're good there. One more thing to add, if you have a 2012 Fiesta or the first gen Fiesta, the ones that came to North America, if your headlights are not working, it's a good possibility there's a corroded fuse in your fuse box, located right here. That is a recall if you're in Canada. I think in the US they don't have a recall, or depending on what state you're in. So if your headlights aren't working, before you go buy some new bulbs or complain about it, check underneath your fuse box here. Let's take it off and show you. Check in here and look for the fuse that's supposed to be here. If you see the corroded stuff like right here, then you might have a bigger issue, and look at that. Just a quick tip in case you don't know why your headlights aren't working.